Think I can bleach the white dress shirts?
I don't know why not.
I would try.
Yeah, I would.
Another.
Or
thing-
have you ever used OxyClean?
Yeah, Oxy.
Yeah.
OxyClean
I
works
I
great.
only use that now. I don't use bleach at all.
Yeah.
What can you do? Screw them up? What the heck, you know?
Well, nobody will
They're
notice.
already gray, right?
And nobody will notice if he's nice
No,
and
I would
standing next to a white
suggest-
wall, you know?
Yeah.
I would suggest the OxyClean
Yeah. Okay.
before
Yeah.
something
I'll
else.
have
You
to
have
put some- I think we have some, but
It works really good. I've had good luck.
1 minute.
Till tea time.
Thank you. Minute seems like it takes forever.
Like, I'll
Plus your
grab
clock
that and
is
I'll just
about-
stay standing.
I was gonna say, don't sit down, so.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get right back up.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, it's
Yeah.
5:29 still. Gotta be about to turn here.
Recording in progress.
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. All right, we're moving to items from the public, and we have Phil Olson.
Right off the get-go,
Right off the get-go, you are up.
I just come down to inquire, and I'd mentioned it to you a year or so ago. I've been wondering, in the past, South Bend used to have sprinkling rates for summertime for people who grew gardens and whatnot that were separate from their water bill. It was at a different rate because of the fact that it didn't go in the sewer, it needed to be treated and whatnot. And I just wondered if there was any interest at all in people looking back. I don't know why it was ever discontinued, but they had it for years. And then on a more selfish side, I figured for seniors or maybe those on fixed incomes, if there was a problem on agreeing to it, you know, that it could be divided even that way. But I just wondered if there was such a possibility or it was worth looking into, or if people had any interest in that at all.
I don't know that we can anymore. We'd have to
I'd
check into it,
but I
Phil,
don't think.
but
you
I don't
can.
think it's possible. I think when we put the new plant in, didn't we have to go to a per gallon rate? Something, I'm speaking off of a conversation I had with Dee a while ago, and my memory is hazy on it. I mean, we need to look into it, but I don't
So
know that
does-
we can.
Where you have like commercial accounts, say like Coast or probably the County of Pacific. Is that always the case? It's always included with the sewer surcharge attached to it?
I believe so. I'd have to look at I'm not sure. Kim
Yeah,
does all the billing, so.
Yeah,
Well, it would be fairly easy to differentiate because your monthly water bill comes in a bar graph form for your year's usage prior to your monthly usage. And it goes across like this, and then it goes July, August.
oh yeah, I have
and
a
then
garden,
September.
believe me, I know.
So it's pretty easy to separate the water usage that's normal, your standard, and that would be sewer rates would be applicable to, as opposed to, you know, what you were sprinkling with would be pretty much the increases that show, you know. It was just a question.
Yeah, we would have to look into it, but something's triggering the back of my memory that there was something that changed. I think when they put the new water treatment plant in order to, I'm gonna quit
Yeah,
talking
and
because I'm
I'm not-
talking just.
I'm not sure. I can look
Yeah.
into it and ask and see. I don't know how far back that went, but I can do some looking into it. But I do know like commercial accounts, they do pay more, you know, because it does go off their usage of stuff and there's other charges in there. But off the top of my head, I'm not exactly sure because like I said, Kim does the billing, so she would know better, but I can find out.
Well, I know that the 900-pound gorilla is the sewer charge, you know, that you're dumping the water. And if it was clearly not being utilized, if the sewer wasn't being used for this use of water, it seems like it would
Right.
be exempt from that charge.
Sewer's a flat rate.
Yeah,
Based on
It's a flat rate.
what?
It's, everyone pays the same.
Per
It's the-
gallon
it's the-
or
it's the
period?
water, period. It's the water that changes, the water
Right.
rate that changes.
yeah,
The
yeah.
sewer is
It's all
a
the
flat
same.
rate.
I have
Flat
a
rate.
question.
Yes.
Is there a provision to where people can request an overall average based on, I don't know, the last year or 2 years of their water to where they pay the same amount every month? So you don't get those big spikes and the summer.
Like PUD.
So,
Like the
yeah,
PUD does.
like
I don't
PUD does?
believe so. Yeah, I don't
Is
believe
that
so.
No.
possible?
But I don't
We
know, I have to look into it, but we do have, and you did get a discount form, correct?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for.
I know, but we do have that available, there's,
Yeah,
low
if you look
income,
at that,
fixed
it's-
income,
It's
huh?
kind of like, if you do look at that, I mean, you're looking at like a 5% discount, which is.
Yeah, I know.
Which
it's-
really isn't a whole lot for somebody on a
No,
fixed
but-
income who's senior. And I agree, it's something that we should probably look at because when it comes to the point that a retired person on a fixed income can't even afford to raise a garden in their own community, it's pretty sad days,
Yeah,
That's the reason I don't even raise a garden because it costs so much water. I can go to the store and buy it cheaper and I can raise it. And that's the case no matter what anyway with a garden, but
Yeah, but.
when you're on a
truthfully,
fixed,
you
but
got
when
a
you're on
lot
a
of
fixed
things in
income, that's a
year
whole
like
nother deal.
this. So,
Okay. We'll look into it.
okay, well then I can go with it.
Okay, you can. Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
Bill.
time.
Thanks for coming.
That
Don
was relatively
Corcoran.
painless.
Don Corcoran.
So far.
You're up.
you guys.
Well, Dennis knows, everybody in here knows. Steam donkeys, gravity's taken over pretty bad. Dennis asked me who is in charge of it. And all I can tell you is when it first came from the port dock to South Bend, I helped on it. And the county used their equipment to load it and offload it, and somebody, old loggers had built a sled in the southwest parking lot. And when it went from there to where it's at now, I don't know. I have no idea how it got from moved,
Okay,
but myself and then 2 or 3 other guys and a couple loggers donated the logs that are under it now. And Ashley, when we got them ready, Ashley come over and pushed them into place. And we had it jacked up, and then I got some of those treated. They're about 14 by 8 cross beams, but they're just like any blackjack treated pole. It goes to hell in the center.
Mhm.
The outside looks good, but and it's starting to fall. And we did talk, I don't know, a couple of years ago about putting some uprights under it. Well, that fell through because the guy that was gonna do it blew the coop or something, and he disappeared. So now we're back to what are we gonna do? And I still think getting the plates, maybe 4 2x2 by ½ steel plates to set on the concrete, and then probably 6-inch I-beam uprights. They don't have to be about, I don't know, 2 feet, 30 inches tall, and jack it up and put those under. It would keep the machine in place, but the wood is gonna disappear. I have no idea where you get logs. Well, I'm sure if you had a lot of money, you could buy them from somebody.
Yeah.
But there's an outfit down on I-5 by
Yeah.
Kalama that
Giant
they
logs.
buy oversized logs, and they got some beautiful timber laid there that they make special stuff out of it. I'd hate to go ask them how much they want it for 2 30-foot logs, but that's the only place I know for sure you can get something.
Okay.
And I don't know if Warehouser out of PL would, they got some pretty nice timber up there, if they would donate them, but, the ones that we got now under Bridgewater with, guess it was Warehouser, he donated them. But it needs, something needs to be done, and you guys put some 6x6 uprights under a
Yeah,
while
just
back.
to help out a little bit.
Yeah, that'll keep it from sinking a lot more, but who owns it? I don't know, I own the fire truck. I assume the city owns the steam dump.
It's a city park.
Yes, is a city park, but I assume so that when it got put in there, the city must have taken control of it. But
We're looking
I have no
into
idea.
different ways of
Long time
doing it
ago.
now. We're looking at some ways to fix now. Jerry and I have been talking this afternoon. We're gonna move forward with trying to figure it out. Al's gonna come down there and look at it as well. So there's something going on. Right now, I think we put up some signs this afternoon, you know, stay away from it. Just be safe.
yeah,
But we do have some big timber back there on that property we just got. I'm gonna lock down one of those and utilize one of those. Probably have to be barked, I'd imagine, huh?
pardon?
Would it have to be barked?
Yeah, that's probably why those went so fast, because they weren't barked, the bark just started falling off. But they need to be debarked before you put them under there.
Yeah. And that's because I don't think warehouse will take a tree that big and bark it, will they? What are they, like 32 at the butt, something like that?
Yeah,
32 at the butt and 24 on the other side, somewhere in that area anyways.
well, yeah, it's gonna be a hand job.
I was gonna say, yeah,
A lot of work.
Get your thing out there and get it going.
we could have a
We could
contest.
have a party, a barking party.
Maren, Craig's brother.
But that's about all.
That's his pitch.
Maybe Dale's got some big ones.
Well, I'll stay in contact with you and we'll work through it and
Okay,
we'll resolve it somehow.
yeah, it can be
Okay.
jacked up. Did it before, so it can be done again. Then, once you decide what to do, then start looking for something to put across.
Yeah.
Okay, so Craig Sprudeman. Okay, you can take a look at it. Okay, anything else from the public? All right, moving on to item 4. I entertain a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, and the minutes from July 10, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
In the minutes, I believe we were going to this time look at the flag policy and the posting of the minutes. And I understand that the posting of the minutes is no longer an issue because they're being posted now. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that is correct.
But it was my understanding that we were going to include the sign policy at this meeting. We only didn't complete it last time because there were only 4 council people and it was another tie.
You mean the flag
The
policy?
flag policy.
No, I
yeah.
said we would look at it in a month or two. It wasn't the next meeting, it was in a month or two. Is what I had said in the meeting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in here, but that's.
Yeah, we were gonna look at
Okay.
the recording.
Yeah,
And then we
Yeah.
made an internal decision to go ahead and begin reporting, so we didn't put that on the agenda. That's the one that was gonna be on,
okay,
so. um,
because I came armed for bear.
Okay. Well, it will come up in a month or two. All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're gonna move on to correspondence. There
No.
is no correspondence, so department head reports, Police Chief Steele.
About a little over 2 years ago, we signed a contract with Axon for our body cameras and tasers. We are approaching the half-life of that contract, 2.5 years. Axon has reached out, and part of that contract is that at the 2.5 year mark, they will send us new body cameras at no charge, because from using them daily, charging them up, the battery life goes down. So I just got a proposal from them for our new body cameras, and they're gonna upgrade us to the new and improved Axon Body Cam 4, which has some newer features at no additional cost to us. So I just thought that you guys would want to know that. That's all included in part of our 5-year contract with them.
Good.
The guys are really excited about getting the new cameras. It has some pretty cool features. There's a point of view camera that goes with the body cam 4s, which is actually mounted on your shoulders so that you can see exactly what the officer is seeing. And it detaches and can mount to their raid helmets if we're doing a search warrant. There is an extra cost to that. I'm looking at doing a trial run with it at no cost and get 3 or 4 of those and try them out and see how they work compared to the body cams that the guys are wearing right here. So you get a little bit different view of what the officer's seeing. So that's going to be on a trial run come January, I think. But as far as the upgraded body cams themselves, that's at no cost. So
No X-ray vision,
what's that?
no X-ray vision.
No X-ray vision. That would be pretty neat, but I'm sure we couldn't afford that. That's all I have.
Okay, Supervisor Hauk.
Got a couple of things. The TIV Broadway project is going well. Midway Underground is working pretty good with the city, so we're happy to see that. There were a couple of hiccups in the beginning with utilities and some storm, but moving right along. The storm drain's already done. We're moving on to the water and curbing and stuff like that. So it's going good. City crew's we'll be finishing up the border down there at Cheney Park for the playground equipment. That material's in now. We should have that or be working on it this week. After that, we'll move over to Pioneer and start on the decking over there. We've been a little bit shorthanded this the last couple of weeks, vacations and stuff like that, and then getting pulled off for Broadway. It's been kind of busy for us, so we're still trudging through. Also, we were officially awarded the additional funding for the Safe Routes to School on that sidewalk project, $175K. So hopefully we'll go out to rebid that here shortly and with that project that as well. Other than that, that's all I have.
Okay. Treasurer Soa.
I just wanted to remind and announce about the public hearing on Friday at 4:30 for Chief Steele's USDA grant for 2 new police vehicles. So that's all.
Yeah, is everyone gonna be able to make that meeting at 4:30 on Friday?
Far as I know.
It shouldn't be more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Shouldn't have a problem. I just gotta remember.
I gotta remember,
Work till
put it on my
5.
phone right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I'll check them away.
As long as we have a quorum, we're okay. So, yeah, if you need to stay on your job, I guess we'll let you.
Well,
New schedules. I lost all my early shifts.
log in on your phone and
There is a Zoom
Where's that?
option
Is it
and
here or where's
it's
that?
here, or we do have the Zoom option and I'll send it out.
okay.
This is Friday.
4:30, right?
Yeah, I'll send it out tomorrow as a reminder. I sent it out, but
Something makes me think we're heading down to George Fox for the daughter, but I'm not 100% sure.
yeah, even if you could, like she said, it'll only be a few minutes if you can get on.
Yeah.
hop on Zoom. I think I had sent it out when we originally scheduled it, so it's probably lost in the email, but I'll resend it. So, and it's posted and it's been in the paper, so.
Yeah, we don't normally like to do special meetings, but we're under a timeline here. We can't wait until the next meeting. So it had to be publicized so many times
Sure.
in the paper before you could do this, so we just have to get it done before the end of the month, so we had to schedule a special meeting. So, all right, and I don't have anything on my report tonight, so we'll move on to any public comments regarding current agenda items. We really didn't have anything too serious on the agenda. So council comments, Counselor Williams,
Nothing for me tonight.
Counselor Davis,
I wanted to ask about what's going on with the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
We,
The dogs.
we have a temporary location for them now, so, once the Raymond Police Department and I sit down and figure out a permanent solution, then, you know, we'll be in much better shape. But as of right now, we have a temporary location. Somebody volunteered to let us put the kennels at their house, and they're gonna help us out with them. So we're okay for the time being, but we are working on a permanent solution, and eventually it's gonna cost us some money, but well, you know, it is what it is, and we're gonna need to do it.
Should the county be involved in it? It's
So
not
the county currently has a contract in place with Veterans Animal Hospital. We tried to get a contract with them, and they're looking at getting out of the business of
right.
taking impounds. So currently the county doesn't need a place, but eventually when their contract is up with Veterans, they're going to need a place.
Can we like partner with them?
I think that I think we could. I think that for right now, our main concern should be Raymond and South Bend, focus on getting something on a permanent basis set in place. And then if we want to allow the sheriff's office to impound their dogs there, we can look at that option as far as contracting out with them
Okay.
and helping offset the cost. But so, yes, that is our long-term plan.
Good. And Marina loves the new playground. Max has taken her down a couple times, so.
Good.
And there were kids down there
Mhm.
playing on it, so.
Good.
Thank you.
Counselor Corcoran?
I'm glad to see that the minutes are going to be posted since the MRSC and the RCW both agreed with that position.
You mean the recording?
The recording, yeah, the recordings. What's going on with the Yellow Deli? Are they ever going to finish that building or any extensions or?
Not sure I've heard anything on the
Nothing?
big building yet. Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, well, of course, there's always rumors that.
I don't get into
Yeah,
this, so
well,
I haven't heard anything.
okay, and I have one more comment, but I guess that's number 10. A future agenda
Okay.
item, so I'll wait for that. But that's all for me.
Counselor Manlon
Nothing.
and Counselor Kuiken.
Oh, it's kind of nice to see businesses popping up around town. So, you know, with the different things opening up in the last few weeks and possibly some others in the near future. It's definitely looking pretty promising that we're starting to get an economy rolling around here besides just what we used to have. So I think the city's done a good job of making the city welcoming to businesses to want to start here, and let's hope we can keep them in business.
Agreed. All right, future agenda topics. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to know specifically when we can look for the flag policy to be on the agenda.
I didn't set a date. I just figured that we just needed to think about it for a while. That's why I said a month or two. It's a pretty divided council right now, and I thought give us some
Very
time to.
divided council.
Yes, and I thought just give us some time. There's really no rush. The initial request was made by about a pride flag. That comes around in June again.
Mhm.
So I don't see where there's a real rush at this point to hurry through something. And I just thought if we all had time to just sit back and relax about it a little bit and have some time to process and think and.
Research, hopefully.
Well, I think most of us have done quite a bit of research.
Okay.
But at any rate, that's why I just thought, let's just take a reprieve here for a while.
Okay.
So, that was my thinking on it.
I would also like to consider more discussion about a firework policy and banning all fireworks within the city limits.
We can put that on a future
Period.
agenda topic as well.
Ban everything within the city limits.
Mhm.
I know that's not gonna stop them 1 foot over the county line, but at least within the city limits.
Mhm. We did talk about that at one
I
time
know you
before.
did.
Yeah, and we did a public survey on it.
Well, my problem with the survey is that people who wanted zero change, they wanted things to remain static, was way less than half of the people who wanted some sort of a change.
Mhm.
So the people that wanted any kind of a change at all were in the majority, but they were ignored because of a minority who said no change, but there was not a majority of any one of the options.
Mhm.
So I
I thought,
didn't think it
isn't
was
that when
fair.
we took away the aerials?
We didn't
Thought-
take away the arrows.
Oh,
We
we
didn't
did?
make a change.
Oh, okay. I
No,
thought
We
it
was
didn't
was-
no
make a
change.
That was the three options.
Yeah.
Is complete ban, no ban, nothing change, or modification of taking away the areas.
Right.
And if memory serves me correct, the modification to take away aerials and the no ban were, more than a ban. But like Patricia's saying,
But then
there wasn't one majority of.
Right.
No, but we had half the people on the council want to take 2 votes and make it 1, which was
Right,
completely
and
crazy.
that's, yeah, and I think that,
We'll have to do another survey.
It's either,
Ban or not.
it's either yay or nay.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
You don't have 2 votes.
and I think the county may put something on the ballot, and I can't remember who I heard this from, but it was a reliable source that it would be a countywide vote or a countywide ban.
I think I saw that somewhere also.
Didn't Long Beach have a vote?
Yes.
I don't think it passed though, did it?
Long Beach,
Yes, it did.
Long Beach outlawed fireworks
And
this year
outlawed
in the city.
Yeah.
The city of Long Beach did, but that
Yeah.
doesn't do anything with the beach because
Right.
that's state.
Yes.
Yes, but the city itself did outlaw fireworks this year.
All fireworks.
Yes,
Okay.
all fireworks.
There's
Yeah.
Craig
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. So, yes, Craig. Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah,
That's what
thank
I
you.
heard.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway,
All right, I'm through.
okay. All right, so we are, does anyone else have a future agenda topic? Okay, so we are adjourned. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
You're laughing at me, Jen.
Recording stop.